the 2K Sports pregame show.
This is 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA. We're joined by the legends Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Detroit Pistons going up against the Orlando Magic. Checking out the Magic, playing under 500 basketball over the last 10 games. They can do better, and they'll try to get on the winning side tonight. And as we march toward the end,
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us for Noche Latina, the NBA celebration of the Latin heritage, both among its players and fans. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. For the season series between these two teams, the Pistons came away empty-handed in the last matchup against the Magic. And so, with that loss, that gives each team one win apiece in this series. Both teams want this one badly.
Yeah, I had the chills watching that. It really was a nightmare defensively for them when you go into that building and get punished by some very hot shooting.
They didn't challenge the shooters. They didn't defend the shooters like they should have. And once the fans got into it and the arena started ramping up and cranking up, it was over.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. On the court for the Pistons, Jennings and Meeks in the backcourt. Andre Drummond is out there with Ilyasova, and it's Dang in at the 3 slot. Here is Jennings after the Magic pick up 2. And there's the pass to Ilyasova. 5 to shoot. Jennings drives in. Offensive rebound. Drummond makes it off the glass. Drummond's got his second basket of the night.
And getting after it on the offensive glass and adding to that early total with the putback.
Vucevic a screen on Jennings. Off the pick. And there it is again from him. Shot good from Houdini.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low. And I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation. But, well, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
The Pistons shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
And this year they haven't quite been able to maintain the free throw percentage they had last season.
Here's Houdini. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Atlanta.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved a layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
And with a percentage of 82, he's been one of their more dependable shooters from the line.
You know, one thing about getting going at the free throw line like he has this season, it can continue to carry over. He has such terrific form and consistency on his free throws. Beautiful to watch.
Now here's Jennings. Not a lot of room. Drummond a screen. Jennings dishes to Drummond. Here's Houdini. And a clear foul there as he shot the triple. He'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
Yeah, you hate to give up a foul on a three-point attempt.
Yeah, unnecessary. I mean, make him earn those points from deep. Don't give them to him free at the line.
He hits the second from the line.
It's been a solid outing for Houdini. He's already got 8 points, and 4 of his points have come at the foul line. He's made the most of those opportunities.
And you can't undervalue the importance of that. Many times a game comes down to which team wins the free throw battle.
For Orlando, they won their last contest, that game against the Atlanta Hawks.
And offensively, everything they did seemed to just come together beautifully. They threw a lot of things at the wall, and most of it stuck.
Yeah, it did stick in high-quality fashion, too. I mean, a multifaceted approach like that takes a really sophisticated, locked-in defense to stop it. That certainly wasn't the case that day. Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see them operating a lot of their offense from the interior today.
Meeks can't hit. Orlando leading by 5. Here's Houdini. It's Drummond with the rebound.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You've got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Now here's Dang, coming off a solid outing against Washington. Now here's Meeks, defended by Gordon, and Drummond kicks to Ilyasova. Again, the miss by the Pistons. The Magic have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Took the opportunity when he saw it. That's 12 points for free.
They're in the position they're in right now, thanks in no small part to the show that he's putting on in this period.
Jennings kicks to Meeks, outside Dang. Dishes it to Meeks, out to the right wing. Ilyasova against Gordon. To end the drought, connects, the jumper drops. So it's Orlando now, 6-point lead. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. A bit ago, Stan Van Gundy and I were able to chat. It's been a pretty even matchup against this team, at least so far this season, with a game going each way in their first 2 contests. And the key to them taking this one tonight, he said, is defense. We know they can score with anyone, and we're certainly capable of putting some points on the board when we need to. But we can't get into a barn burner shootout with them. We've got to slug it out, play some gritty D, and make them work for everything. Kevin, this should be a tough game.
Thanks, Doris. That's a potent offense they're up against right now, and they know it.
Yeah, and that's why they've got to be ultra-focused at the defensive end right from the tip.
And I have no doubts that they will be. As bluntly as Coach put it to Doris, I'm sure he was even more blunt when he was talking to his guys.
Check of the stats for Drummond. Over the last month, getting it done. 4th in rebounding, 7th. And with a top 20 ranking in field goal percentage, you put the ball in his hands, and he converts at a remarkable rate.
And he's so explosive, so hungry. I mean, you really can't keep him off the glass when he wants to get there.
Now here's Jennings, another guy who really kicked it up a notch for them in that Wizards game. He dishes it to Drummond. Takes the 3, and there's Jennings. That's good on the assist by Johnson. 7 points for Brandon Jennings.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Here's Houdini. He's got 14. Kicks to Harris. Cans the 12-footer.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
Now here's Jennings. 7 points in the game. Morris, no good.
Yeah, great look, but disappointing with a miss.
Boy, what happened on that one, Greg? I mean, that's almost an automatic shot for him.
Here's Houdini. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It goes on Brandon Jennings. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Magic.
We got a storyline here. If it goes on for the rest of the game, it could be all those points they're getting at the foul line.
Also, guys, the passing has been terrific in the first half. They'll be happy with all those assists.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Jason Smith, he's checked in for Vucevic. Hezonja comes in for Gordon. And it's Payne in for Victor Oladipo.
Oh, how about the floater there? Nice drop.
Here's Houdini. Jermaine O'Neal making his last shot. Here's Hezonja. Offline with his 3. Pistons trail by 6. And McLemore kicks to Johnson. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Here's Houdini. He's got 15. Down low. Harris. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
O'Neal passes to McLemore. He feeds it to Baines. Another shot. And O'Neal finishes inside. O'Neal's got his second basket of the game.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Payne gets a wide open look. A three-pointer, no good.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
And McLemore kicks to Morris. It's stolen by Smith. 52 seconds left in the first. The shot's good from Houdini.
I don't think they can ask much more of him than what he's done this quarter.
Pistons trail by 7. McLemore dishes to Baines. Pass to Morris. Six on the shot clock. Feeds it to Baines. Trying to find McLemore. Gets it to him. Shot is off. And Orlando will come the other way. Here's Houdini. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Morris passes to Johnson. Now here's McLemore outside. Good. McLemore's got himself on the board with 3 there.
What are you going to do defensively? Such separation with the height advantage in that matchup. And, folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
I'll tell you what, he may not be...
And Buenos noches. With an almost entirely new group here. Smith checked in for Gordon. Harris comes in for Hizanya. Houdini's checked in for Payne. And it's Watson in for Elfrid Payton. So Detroit going with an almost entire new group here. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. Morris comes in for Ilyasova. Johnson, he's checked in for Luol Deng. And McLemore subbed in for Jody Meeks. Houdini in at shooting guard. Smith is out there with Vucevic. Then there's Tobias Harris. And it's Watson in at the point guard. That's who's out there for Orlando. And a chance here to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Hawks had a huge game. He picked up 12 points, and he was just about on target from everywhere, hitting from deep as well as sinking his free throws. This was a big win for him and his team as they snap a losing streak with that win, guys.
Good job as always, Doris. Thank you, guys. What was your take on his performance?
Kevin, I really felt like he left it all out on the floor. I'll say this. It was a great, hard-charging effort.
Guys, when he's on, nobody's more fun to watch. And he was definitely on in that game.
Orlando trailing here. Harris outside. Fires for 3. Detroit with the rebound. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
And Kevin, you know, they showed how important it is to have a strong bench. I mean, when you are on the road, that depth is vital. I think they really utilized the second unit to extend their offensive assault and just really wore down their opponent.
And guys, I think what you saw from them throughout the game was teamwork. This is a team. Regardless of who was out there on the floor at any given time, they got it done. And that has to make you feel good as a group.
Here's Houdini. 20 points for him to the paint. The inside shot, and Baines pulls it down.
That's an unusual, surprising miss for him. Typically, he's good on those inside.
There's a screen. Knocked loose, and they're on the break. Here's Houdini.
Oh, wow.
That's a beautiful jam.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Baines, the turnaround jumper. Count it. Baines has got the lead up to 3 now for the Pistons.
Got him with the turnaround there. That was as sweet as honey.
Here's Houdini. He's got 22. He kicks it to Vucevic. His first shot coming late. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Vucevic has got his first basket of the night. Detroit's gone a very strong 4 for 5 from three-point land in the ball game. Jennings kicks to Morris. Here's the screen. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
I tell you, he has some impressive moves in his repertoire. That's as good as it gets, but just one of many.
Here's Houdini. Checking some stats on him right now. He's averaging just around 22.5 points a game. A wide open look here for Vucevic. And Orlando again with the bucket.
An excellent display of passing out there, fellas. I mean, 8 of their last 10 points have been assisted on.
And they just keep finding the open man.
Jennings dishes to Baines. Morris a screen. Here's Jennings. No good off the back of the rim.
Obviously, they're evenly matched teams on the inside. The rebound numbers are very even.
Yeah, impressive effort from both on the backboard.
Here's Houdini. Banked in off the glass. Houdini's got 24 points.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. You look at Freak in this game, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, created a lot of quality shots for himself in that first half, and he knew when to pass it up when the double team came.
And that led to a very high points per shot number for him. For those of you that are into analytics, that stat really tells how efficient a player has been, and he's been very efficient so far.
And Detroit looking at who they've got. Jennings and Meeks in the backcourt. Dang out there with Ilyasova. And it's Drummond in at the center position. And that drops, so they now lead by 1. And here's Jennings. Drummond the screen. Jennings kicks to Drummond. Passes it to Meeks. Outside Jennings. From 17 feet out. Nice jump shot. Good. Jennings has got 11 points. But this game has a lot of character here in the third period.
Yeah, you know what, guys? I love seeing this type of action. A competitive, compelling matchup. A lot of lead changes here so far.
Yeah, 6 already. Intensity is the theme for this one.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass up.
And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. And Meeks kicks to Ilyasova. Sinks the three-pointer. He's got 15.
Only took him a few seconds to answer the 3-ball with one of their own.
Greg, we've got a 3-point battle taking shape here.
Shot is off. And it's Detroit the other way. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. That's good for Meeks.
They've been on fire from the free throw line, and that efficiency has really propelled them forward.
And so Meeks nails both of them. Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. Here's Houdini. He's guarded by Jennings. They double him with Drummond. A wide open look here for Oladipo. And again, it's Orlando with the 3.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Outside Jennings. The kick out to Dang. That falls. Great assist by Brandon Jennings. And the Pistons lead by 2.
That makes 3 in a row to start the second half.
Here's Houdini. He's got 26. To the inside. Here's Gordon. Rebound, Detroit. Drummond's got his third rebound on the night. The Pistons have gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. Dang gets a wide open look. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
This offense's first miss after 3 straight makes to start the second half.
Here's Houdini. The kick out to Oladipo. And again, it's Orlando converting. Detroit's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Ilyasova sets a screen for Jennings. Misses from close range.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really, I like the movement and communication there.
Shot clock at 6. And stolen by Ilyasova. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Jennings passes to Meeks. And there's the feed to Ilyasova. Ilyasova sets a screen for Jennings. Pass to Ilyasova. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Ilyasova's got 5 points in the quarter. Orlando's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. Kicks it out to Gordon. It's Oladipo on the wing. Now the pass to Houdini. Uses both hands to slam it down.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when the team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
Fans, get ready for your magic dancers.
Orlando making some changes. Zanya, he's checked in for Tobias Harris. He's checked in for Orlando. And a different look here for the Pistons. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. Morris comes in for O'Neal. McLemore's checked in for Luol Deng. And it's Jody Meeks in for Brandon Jennings.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
Here's Houdini. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall.
Ladies and gentlemen, your magic dancers.
Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. The Pistons trailing. Harris at the 4, Vucevic in the middle. Oladipo is out there with Houdini, and it's Payne at the small forward position. That's who's out there for Orlando. McLemore with the ball, picked up by Harris. Johnson goes in, just 5 on the clock, and that one comes up a bit short.
There's no getting around the simple fact that that's a shot he has to knock down.
Puts up a 3, and there's 3 points. The long-range shot is on target from Houdini.
The defenders need to recognize and be alert to staying on him as we get into crunch time.
And the foul called on Freak. That's his first foul. Brandon Jennings, he's checked in for Ben McLemore. Outside Jennings. Nailed from three-point land.
And this has been purely a display of offense that we're seeing here today.
And, you know, it's only getting better as both of these teams' defenses are starting to show signs of wearing down.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
And the Pistons making a change here. Drummond's checked in. 60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. Houdini, and he dunks it after the pick frees him up.
And did you see the screen that was set for him? I mean, that was how he got to the hoop.
It was the classic screen play. It won't show up in the box score, but that screen deserves an assist.
Absolutely, Kevin. I mean, that took the defender right out of the play.
first minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. High post Vucevic. Again, the Magic score.
You know, as soon as he recognized the height mismatch, he immediately pulled up for the jumper.
And, Greg, that's just good basketball. Come on, good basketball there. A clean look from that range. He's got to take it.
Houdini passes to Payne. Off target from outside. Pistons trail by 3. It's Jennings with the drive. Johnson. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play. And Orlando making a change here. Gordon's checked in. And Detroit with a change here, too. Luol Deng is checked in for Jody Meeks. Here's Houdini. The dish to Vucevic. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Vucevic has got 4 points in the quarter.
Man, how about the dexterity for this big guy? I mean, he is really smooth around the basket.
Outside Jennings. Ball's knocked loose. Here's Houdini. He's guarded by Johnson. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Outside Jennings. Inside, 11 feet away, and too long on the shot.
You know, and after fighting to get back into it, that was the chance there to tie it up.
But you know what? You know, they've come this far. They're not going away now.
And it's Gordon missing. For Detroit, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Jennings with the ball. Now guarded by Houdini. Now here's Jennings. Defense right on him. 6 to shoot. The 11-footer. That's good from Deng on the assist by Johnson. Johnson's got 3 assists tonight.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Here's Oladipo. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
Wow, got that one off right in the face of the big fella. Nice quick-fire release.
Yeah, and the mid-range shot really the only option in that situation. Sometimes when you're facing a bigger guy, you can't get it all the way to the rim.
Johnson in the corner. Ilyasova against Gordon. Drummond. Great D that time from Vucevic.
All the defender had to do there was just stay close to him, and he did.
Here's Houdini. To the middle. Vucevic with the bucket. And the Magic lead by 4.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Jennings drives in. Vucevic with the block. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pistons will retain possession. Jody Meeks, he's checked in for Detroit. And Drummond kicks to Ilyasova. Outside Jennings. Dishes to Meeks. Clock at 6. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Jennings drives in. The putback, and it's Drummond with the jam.
Boy, I love that aggression. Forget about the tip. Just grab the thing and slam it home.
Well, what a way to get second chance points.
And don't take any risk while you're doing it.
Here's Houdini. In the corner, it's Gordon. Here's Houdini. 5 to shoot. Oladipo for 3. Ilyasova comes up with the rebound.
Boy, they're fortunate. The defense was taking a big chance leaving him that wide open behind the arc.
Kicks it to Meeks. He dishes it to Drummond. Outside Jennings. Back to Drummond. Shot off the screen and right on target with the switch. Ilyasova's got it all tied up now for the Pistons.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Here's Houdini. They double him with Dang. Here's Harris. Takes the 12-footer and hits. And the Magic lead by 2.
Got himself into really good position there. Can't pass that shot up, guys.
Outside Jennings. Dang with the screen for Jennings. On the wing, Dang. Wide open. The shot's good on the assist by Jennings. And it's 8 points for Luol Deng.
Boy, you got to love that nice assist by Jennings.
Here's Houdini. Goes up off the pick, and he dunks it down.
Now, this is why the breakaway rim was invented. For plays just like that.
Well, he almost brought the whole thing down, Clark, by hanging on that long.
Yeah, he did.
I tell you what, the great dunk, and this is even a better game we got going on right now.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Stan Van Gundy said to the team. He was riding them pretty hard for the number of silly fouls they've committed in this game. He said, listen, we need to have some defensive discipline. Stop fighting on the shot fakes, stop reaching in, and stop giving them 3 points at the free throw line. We'll see if they'll respond, guys.
Tremendous output from Jennings. 19 points, and what a game he's had passing the ball, too.
I love the fact that he plays for his teammates, really spreading the ball around, getting everyone involved.
For Detroit, they've gone 8 of 13 from the field since the start of the fourth, sinking the majority of their shots. Out of bounds, Pistons ball as Detroit keeps possession.
The slip kick.
1:16 left in the fourth quarter. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Jennings has got the lead up to 3 now for the Pistons. Here's Houdini. He's guarded by Jennings.
And Kevin, who says a point guard should look to pass first? I mean, not when you can finish like this guy.
Well, Clark, he wasn't going to give that opportunity up to a teammate.
Well, you know, Kevin, that's one he'll always take himself, and he should. I mean, you can't pass up that kind of opportunity or fun.
Tipped away, and he recovers it. Count the bucket. Here's Houdini. Jennings with the double team. Here's Harris, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
He drops the first one, and that brings them within 2. And Harris drops them both. This could be a turning point.
Critical possession right here.
We can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, you got the lead. Burn some clock here.
Smart move.
Yep.
And it's Gordon missing. Now here's Jennings. He's guarded closely. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Shot clock at 5. He feeds it to Meeks. There's the 3. Shot is no good.
Not good shot selection. Long range and the defender all up in your jersey.
And, you know, that's just the kind of defensive work he's known.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Hey, y'all. Ernie Johnson here, along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille. Brandon Jennings. He had an outstanding fourth quarter where he really shined, pouring it on heavy down the stretch.
Well, he showed us just how.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan,